my shit. I want my shit, man. What you fucking treat me like respect? Yeah, man. Me too, motherfucker. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. Me too. I'm not
Of it, frankly, a need to be here, a need to be directing.
Thank you, sir. Ma'am, I'm sorry, ma'am.
I think you misgendered that they there, Mayor.
I do apologize.
That a hate crime? You know, under the discriminatory act you guys are going to be proposing, that'd be a hate crime, wouldn't it? Aren't you going to try to get to a point where we're not allowed to do that kind of stuff, but you're up there doing it and it's just sorry? You guys going to run a headline about that? Mayor misgenders they at meeting? Surely would do it to me. Let's talk about baseless conspiracy theories. Men having babies, men having periods. Come on, there ain't a bigger conspiracy theory than that. So save your conspiracy theory bullshit for somebody that gives a shit. My name is Dr. Justin Spees. My doctorate is in human development from Kansas State. Back in July of 2021, I started a protest against the child mask mandates that were in effect in USD497 for the second time.
Point of order.
So I got tired of the bullshit.
Sir, what's it do with the city? What is your discussion? Sir, you're out of order. This is your warning. One more time, and I'm going to have you leave.
So anyways, like I was saying, so when I did my protest, I was vilified around here and made it into a political matter, like it was a baseless conspiracy theory, right? So I came across an article here the other day. It's from June 26th of 2022. It's from the online journal iPerception. It's called Mask Wearing Affects Emotion Perception. As I read through here, I want you to think about this through the lens of what children went through while you all supported masks. That's what
Sir,
it has to
I'm
do
going
with.
to. You are not speaking about something that's germane to the city.
Stop.
Commissioner,
you
please.
all put in a mask
Be
mandate
quiet.
that affected
Sir,
children. And
you're
as far as
done.
I'm
This is your warning. This is your warning. You are not talking about items that are germane to the city commission.
Shit, I'm
and
not.
you are done.
You are got to be kidding me. You all put in a
Officer,
mask.
please remove this. We'll step
For
back
what?
here for 5
For
minutes.
what? For what?
What? That's insane.
How was I interrupting it?
Let's go.
How was I interrupting it?
You know the rules.
What was the rule?
You know the rules. This is not your first
I wanna
time
know
here.
what. Yeah, I didn't do anything
No,
wrong.
let's go.
I didn't do anything wrong.
Let's go.
I didn't do anything wrong. I know the rules, and I know I didn't do anything wrong, and I know you're doing something wrong.
Well, I don't think.
What did I do?
so.
What did I do? Tell me what I did. Tell me what rule I violated then.
She warned you and she told you. to
What
leave.
rule did I violate?
She
It doesn't
warned
matter
you.
what she says. She has
It
to
does.
follow the rules.
She's
She
the
has
mayor.
to follow the rules.
She's the mayor.
She's the mayor, but she has to follow the rules. She doesn't get to do whatever she wants.
We need to leave the building. Thank you.
Fuck you. Evening, theys. Evening, beta male. I'd like to start off with a quote by Einstein, who once said, "The thing about smart motherfuckers is that they look like crazy motherfuckers to stupid motherfuckers." Turn my mic back on. Turn my mic back on. Turn my mic back on. Turn my mic back on.
We're not going to turn your mic back on.
Why are you silencing me?
You directed derogatory language at us, so that's the end of your comment.
You guys look like that. Man, are you guys sick? That's your rule, man. Turn my mic back on. Turn my mic back on.
You can sit down and enjoy the rest of the meeting with us, or you can leave, but your public comment is over.
Why?
Because of your vulgar language.
What about it? What about it? I'm campaigning. I'm speaking to my base right
So
here.
I'm going to ask you one more time. You can sit back down in the gallery. Yeah.
No. I want to speak, man. I want to speak. You've done this to me a lot. You need to let me speak.
No.
You need to let me speak. You need to let me speak. This is censorship. I have a right to speak.
You can sit down or you can leave.
I have a right to speak. Like you're a tyrant. You're a tyrant.
Yeah.
You're a tyrant.
I'm gonna give you one last opportunity to sit down or leave on your own.
This is what tyrants do. I'm your political opposition. You tell me to get out of here. So I come to my face. It's Dr. Speaks, man. This
Is there anybody else?
fucking bullshit. You fucking know it's fucking bullshit. I don't know the fuck up, man. This is fucking bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. Wait till I'm up there and I do that shit to you, man. You gonna like that shit? You gonna like it?
Please leave.
I'm up there and I don't come for you, motherfucker. You gonna like that shit? No, you're not, man. You're not, because it's fucking wrong. This is America, man. This is America.
Okay, hi, my name is Dr. Justin Spees. I have a PhD from Kansas State in human development. And I want to talk with you about a couple of words tonight. The words you guys are familiar with, and those words are empowerment and consent. And then a word you're not familiar with, courage. But before I do that, I just want to remind everybody that Dr. Anthony Lewis makes $236,530 a year. Just got a $10,000 raise last month from the board there. Another administrator who's a county commissioner, his name is Patrick Kelly, makes $109,938 there.
Dr. Spees, if you have comments about individual staff, it's not allowed. Thank you, Kelly.
Can you hear me now?
Can he hear us?
We can't hear you guys on WebEx. We'd have to start the WebEx in the meeting, and we haven't done that.
Can you text him that he cannot say?
You don't hear me now? All right. Oh, okay. I got cut off because I was mentioning staff salaries. Anyways, this past week there was a student in USD497 district at the Lawrence College and Career Center, and she stood up and said she
can't speak
cannot
about
wear a mask.
students.
She
Dr.
does not want to
Spees.
wear a mask.
Dr. Spees, if you have a
Yo, man, what do
complaint
you
or
guys do? What are you
individual
guys doing
comment about
tonight?
a student, we have to hear that in executive session. We're not allowed to talk about individual students.
Why do you guys keep muting me, man? Stop muting me.
You're not muted.
This is true stuff. She was told by staff
Are you
that there were
able
studies
to type that in the?
upon studies that showed that masks do not. Yo, man, this stuff is true.
Thank you.
They just cut me off.
That's okay.
Thank you.
My name is Dr. Justin Spees. I'm running for Douglas County Commissioner in District 1 as a Republican candidate. I want to go over some numbers with you guys here. These are the numbers on the last day that Trump was in office and how things are today. So on the last day that Trump was in office, inflation rate was at 1.4%. Today it's at 8.3%. That's a little low. Gas was on a national average of $2.39 when Trump was in office. Today it's $3.76. The 30-year mortgage rates were at 2.65%. Today they're at 7.08%.
Dr. Spees, is there some way that we have control? Is there some way that this city commission has control over inflation?
The average rent prices were $1,625. Today they are at $2,039. The NASDAQ was up $13,300.
Mr. Spees, is there some way this city commission has control over the NASDAQ?
Please, Nazi. Thank you.
Is there any?
I'm making
Are
it
you
clear to
ready to be
I'm making it
removed?
clear to you that I would like. Can you stop my time?
No.
Why not?
Because so far you haven't said anything that has anything to do with this body.
The city considered how asinine the Democrats are. So thank you.
This is a
The NASDAQ is down 10,829 points.
Again, we have no control over the NASDAQ, Mr. Spees.
Today it's at 13.5%. The electricity rose 1.5%. Today it's at 15.8%. The real average hourly earnings increased 4% last day Trump was in office. Today,
It's kind of you to come today, sir, but if you don't have anything
now that I'm
in the
getting
last 2
around
minutes.
to the business of the city, the reason why I bring this up is because I stand on the corner and I campaign, and one of my signs says that Democrat Patrick Kelly raised your property.
This is a nonpartisan body.
And that I never
Whether
will.
anyone is Democrat or Republican is not
Can you stop,
relevant.
Nazi?
No, sir.
I'm trying to make my
Our
general
time
public comment.
is the city's
And-
time.
Yeah.
You must
I'd like to
speak
make a
on items
proclamation. I'd like to make
germane
it a
to this body.
I just did, Courtney.
No,
Can you just hear what
you
he said?
have
I'd
not.
like to make this a proclamation. What is going on here? You
Rent
guys can do
and
whatever
gas
you
has
want.
nothing to do with the
gas
city of
pipeline
Lawrence.
that doesn't go through here, and when I'm bringing up
I
stuff that
welcome you to
affects
leave
people's
this
taxes-
room, sir.
What's that?
You've been warned.
All right, let's do it then.
Okay.
Let's do it. Why are you shutting me down? I want to make this a
Because
proclamation.
you've yet
how
to speak
asinine
about
you
a
guys
single
are. Let's
thing
go.
to do
Let's make
with
this
the
a
body.
proclamation. Let's go. So anyway,
Thank
what I
you
was
for
saying is
leaving, sir.
People drive by and they shake their
Excuse
heads
me,
at
sir, you're finished.
And the reason why I'm bringing all this up is because Patrick Kelly had $55 million that he could have dipped
This
into to
body
decrease
is
your property taxes. Instead,
paused
he increased them.
Until you leave, sir.
For what?
We have rules. I've made them
what are the
clear
rules?
to you.
What are the rules, Nazi? What are the
There's
rules, Nazi?
Nothing germane
What are
that
the-
you've said so far.
I want it to be a proclamation.
Thank you for
and
coming.
It's germane to you
You're
guys.
welcome to leave.
Nope, it's germane to. He just laid out that I can make this a proclamation. Why aren't you doing that? Why is that not important?
leave,
Why is
sir.
my idea not important? If I was in here
Because
about
it
a
has
gas
nothing
pipe,
to do
a gas
with the
pipeline that doesn't go
business
through
of
here,
this
then it would be
body.
okay. Is that what you're saying?
You're welcome to leave, sir.
I don't want to leave. I want to finish speaking. You are the
have
same
yet-
person that sat up there and said you
You've
don't
yet
want
to
white
say
people
a
up on
single
boards.
thing
You're
to
doing
do
this
with
because
the
I'm a
business
white
of this
guy.
body.
You're doing this because I'm a white
Goodbye,
guy.
sir.
Clearly, you're doing this because I'm
Goodbye,
white.
sir.
You are a racist. You are
Goodbye,
a
sir.
Nazi. You are exactly what you say we are. You are exactly what you say we are. You are
Thank
a
you for
Nazi.
coming.
Each one of you are Nazis. And you
Thank you for
are the
coming.
Miss suppression. You going to allow this to happen? She is suppressing me coming up here.
We have recessed this body, sir.
Fuck you. You're a Nazi.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can.
You see me? All right, whatever. My name is Dr. Justin Spees, and the school board doesn't allow me to speak directly or about directly to or about board members, which also includes not being able to address Superintendent Lewis. So instead of doing that this evening, I thought I'd read a little story I wrote earlier today, and it goes like this here. Once upon a time, in a land far, far away, there lived a school superintendent named Lewis Anthony, who was determined to run his school district into the
Okay,
ground.
we're going to mute you. You are violating our policy. Thank you. Next on the agenda.
After our staff went through an appeal process and communicated further with YouTube. But just wanted to put that on the record and note that we've updated our comments, our instructions for general public comment a bit about that. And also just want to give space if either commissioners have any thing to add to that or any details that I may have missed from discussions with staff. Okay. So I will just offer some instructions for public comment before we kick off our meeting. Each action item on the agenda will offer an opportunity for relevant public comment about that topic. We ask that you wait until the agenda item that you're here for comes up for discussion. Additionally, near the start of our meeting, we will invite folks to provide general public comment to the commission, which is a time for addressing issues not on today's agenda, but related to general county business. Just making sure that we didn't have any issues with it does look like we're recording, sorry. The box distracted me for a moment. Sorry for the interruption. I just want to make sure we were still recording. All public comments should be directed to the county commission. The public should also know that comments received by the commission during our meetings do not represent the views of Douglas County government. And if deemed to be necessary in
the city doesn't stand a chance under your influence. Please resign tonight.
As you know, we do request that you not clap. Then you will be removed. Next. Oh, thank you. And your comments.
65 Free Palestine.
Any other general public comment?
To make a declaration for ceasefire.
Thank you. Thank you, Muriel.
A free Palestine. Thank you.
Next comment.
I hope that Lawrence will continue its tradition of standing for justice and compassion by expressing solidarity with Gaza and advocating for a ceasefire. Together, we can be part of this positive change, making our community and the world a better place. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, other public, general public comment.
Already, a few weeks ago, I came here saying that Commissioner Patrick Kelly is a giant pussy because he refused to meet with a constituent due to Patrick saying he didn't feel safe because of the tone and words that the constituent used while speaking here during general public comment. Keep in mind, Patrick's female colleague, Sarah Plinsky there, has met individually with that same colleague. There was a YouTube video made about Patrick's conversation, and in the video, Patrick says, like a giant beta, that his feelings were being invalidated by the constituent. So last time I spoke here, I read some of the comments from the YouTube video, and there have been some additional comments on that, so I wanted to read those new comments here as well. To be clear, this isn't the only instance of Patrick Kelly outing himself as a giant pussy. He did this when he forced 2-year-old children to wear masks during COVID. And he also shows it in his job as Director of Curriculum and Instruction for USD497, where he developed and
Justin, I'm
implemented
going to
the
ask
gender
you
identity
to speak
and
about
sexual development.
items specific to the county commission.
This is about his character, and the character of a commissioner is germane to the county business, so thank you. And he also shows it in his job as Director of Curriculum and Instruction for USD497, where he developed and implemented the gender identity and sexual development curriculum, where adults talk to kids beginning at age 5 about sexual development, gender identity, and the role society has on genders. So let's go ahead and read some more of those YouTube comments. First one here. Yes, Patrick, you are less of a person. You are far, far below being a real man. Another one here. Another coward scared of accountability. This guy sounds like an absolute wimp. Grow up and be a man.
You are not speaking about items that are specific to the business of the county commission.
It's about his character.
You are attacking his character,
but
and this is your last warning to talk about items that are specific to the county commission.
Can you explain to me how his character isn't germane to the business of the county?
It's not the business of
His
the county
character,
commission.
a commissioner's character has nothing to do with the commission? Is that what you're saying?
I'm not going to go back and forth with you, Justin. I've said what I said.
Our government has become cowards, and it makes me ashamed of mankind. What a cowardly man that man is. This lady here says, I have more balls than Patrick too.
Please mute the mic, Sarah.
Last one here says,
Justin, you're welcome to stay with us for the meeting, but your public comment time is over. Thank you. You've been muted. Your public comment time is over. Thank you.
That's what I'm saying. You're muting me additional times when you've already muted me is what I'm saying.
Justin, your public comment has ended. You're welcome to stay with us for the rest of the meeting. Is there anybody else here who would like to?
My name is Dr. Justin Spees. Each week I've been going to the county commissioners meeting and reminding them that I haven't forgotten what they've done to the community, to the kids in the schools, and to me personally. And I'm going to do the same for you guys as well. I'm going to hold you guys accountable as well. And it's not just you, it's not just the county commissioners, it's everyone. Everyone that treated us like second-class citizens thought it was okay to abuse children. So I want you to consider this your bi-weekly reminder. And just because we don't meet every week, don't be thinking that I haven't forgot. Even next Monday, when there's no meeting, know that I haven't forgot. Dr. Lewis, you wanted a job in another state. Why is that? You don't like it here?
Justin, we are not going to call out individuals.
Well, you know, a couple meetings ago, Dr. Lewis had one of his friends.
Okay, we're going to mute him. Thank you, Justin. We're going to move on to the next agenda item.
All right, I got a couple of questions. So my comments that I'm about to read here are quotes from last week's meeting, so therefore this is germane because it was said in last week's meeting. And so here's what was said.
Yes, Patrick, you are less of a person. Exactly. You are far, far below being a real man.
I'm afraid we're not going to allow personal insults. You can certainly make any other comments.
This was spoken at last meeting, so this is germane, and it is true about his character, whether it's a personal insult or not. It is true about his character. Another coward scared of accountability. This guy sounds like an absolute wimp. Grow up and be a man. Our government has become cowards, and it makes me ashamed of mankind. What a cowardly man that man is. I have more balls than Patrick, too.
We're done.
He needs a safe space.
Notice the deputies aren't moving. This is legal speech, or else the deputies would be up here.
To the business of what's going on here, I want to address those comments. My question is, I got my microphone muted last week, I got my microphone muted this week for saying that Patrick Kelly is a giant pussy, so why didn't my sign get removed as well? My sign says, Patrick Kelly is a giant pussy. Why is it allowed? It's the same words. Why don't you mute that? Second question. Your general public comment guidelines, you read at the beginning, say that, quote, we will do our best to enforce these speaking policies and without regard to the point of view expressed by the speaker. During my general public comment last week, Shannon Reed, you said I couldn't talk about the character of a county commissioner. I'm saying it this week because I was, according to you, attacking his character. Is you stopping me from saying negative things about Patrick Kelly and a mission of guilt that you don't enforce the speaking rules without regard to the point of view expressed? So praise is allowed, but attacking character isn't? Earlier, someone praised Karen Wiley's stoicism and good listening skills, and that was perfectly fine. It's allowed because it makes you look favorable, but any unfavorable speech is deemed not germane to your business and a personal attack. So here's a tough one for you. What if I said, Patrick, you're the best at being a giant pussy? That's praise, right? What about this one? What if I said, Shannon, you're the best commissioner ever. And the reason you're the best is because you're a giant bitch.
She's still holding the signs.
That makes you a good character.
So she's going to maintain
You gonna allow
the
that?
signage. They're not going to throw him
You
out.
guys are controlling the narrative of what the public sees. So they tune in, they only see nice things, good things, respectful things said about you, but the truth you don't allow. And the truth is that you're a giant fucking pussy, you're a fucking bitch, and you're a fucking commie. And all you guys that sit here and allow this to happen, you ain't fucking Americans. You fucking wanted to have me illegally arrested. Fuck you, Flory.
Do we have anyone else who would like to make public comment?
Yeah, but $20 that cost me.
Justin, can you hear us?
Yep, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right, so my name is Dr. Justin Spees, and I've written a little story. I tried to read it last time. I got censored for some reason because I included a name that wasn't anybody up there on the stage, so I'm not including any names. It's a fictional story. This ain't about you guys up there. Lose your egos. All right, so once upon a time in a land far, far away, there lived a school superintendent who was determined to run his school and district into the ground with his unnecessary overreach into the lives of the families of Never Never Land. The superintendent was a proud man, but because of that, he was driven by arrogance and a thirst for power. He was so scared of words and the truth that he censored a guy who spoke words he didn't like and the truth he hoped to avoid. So this superintendent and his merry band of school board members would only allow the guy to talk online at school board meetings, which made it as easy as pushing a button on a tablet to kick him out of the meetings if they didn't like the words he strung together in his sentences. Each time they threw this citizen out of the school board meetings, they would say to him, "You aren't allowed to directly address any particular board member," which includes the superintendent. At the last meeting, this citizen, who by all accounts is a hell of a guy, was censored and hung up on during his comments for simply asking why the superintendent applied for another job in his home state, and if it had to do with him not liking his current superintendent job, and if so, why did he no longer like his job in Never Never Land? Seemed like reasonable and appropriate questions to ask given the importance of the situation. I mean, how else do you find out why the superintendent doesn't like this job and therefore felt it necessary to apply somewhere else right in the middle of a disaster in the school district that he created? However, a recent school board meeting public comment was opened by the superintendent's close friend and pastor, who proceeded to, no cap, slobber all over the superintendent for a full 3 minutes. Couldn't gush over him enough. It was over the top and purposely so. So that was perfectly fine for this superintendent's good friend to talk directly about him, but asking why the superintendent isn't committed to the students, schools, and families is suddenly off limits, and the punishment for doing so is to be immediately banished from the meeting and censored. But this superintendent was also profoundly incompetent at his job as superintendent. Enrollment fell through the basement floor. A massive deficit was created by his short-sightedness and ego. You see, this superintendent's ego was his Achilles heel. One day, the superintendent had his ego bruised by some street corner protesters calling loud on his massive and inexplicable $236,350 salary as he drove by. So he tried to run them over with his car twice during one incident. No charges were filed by the authorities because, well, apparently in Never Never Land, a car driven by an angry man that's traveling at any rate of speed somehow is non-threatening at all, and the pedestrians aren't believed when they say they fear for their lives. But this isn't a fairy tale ending. Sadly for all parties involved, this superintendent didn't get the new job he applied for, though the Never Never Land papers made it seem like he was a shoo-in. Word is he didn't get the job because the new school district got word of him trying to run over 3 protesters with his car and decided that ain't a good look. Somehow Never Never Land doesn't think it's a bad look, so he's still here burning things to the ground. So now the citizens of Never Never
Justin,
Land...
you're done. Thank you. Can we mute his mic? Thank you.